What's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I lost my voice. Doing my best to talk. What's up, Tiffany? Tiffany Arnold. What's up, Melcon C13? What's up? What's up, Patrick? What's up, everybody that's logging in right now? I decided to hop on here real quick and do a quick Q&A if anybody got any questions real quick. It is 2018 and I know everybody's working on getting in the best shape of their lives. So I'm here to support any way I can. Best food tips for body percentage drop and what Herbalife products do you take? Very good morning. All right, I get that question quite a bit, and there's no specific food group or something like that that you need to follow. However, there are some better foods that you can eat to support, you know, like really trying to lose or trying to drop tone, body fat and things like that. As far as the products from Herbalife that I recommend all of them. Obviously, you guys know that I use every single product inside the Herbalife line. However, each product does something different. And so that's why I don't necessarily go too in detail with every single product because there's so many of them, right? But as far as like specific food groups, let's start with the proteins. Some of the leanest proteins that I tend to stick to when it comes to like toning up or dropping body fat, and I keep it real simple, is chicken, right? So lean chicken and fish. Fish is always going to be good. Certain fishes are better than others. Salmon to me is kind of more of a fattier fish. Not to me, but to the world. It's a fattier fish, so you may want to kind of stay away from too much salmon. But anything lean, I know tilapia is lean, but obviously, you know, a lot of people have been having issues with tilapia and stuff like that. In terms of carbohydrates, one of the biggest carbohydrates that I love when it comes to like toning up is sweet potatoes and white potatoes. I actually made a post about it recently about the comparison. But sweet potatoes, white potatoes are really, really good for like leaning out. I'll try to stay away from too much white rice. I'll try to do anything like whole wheat. All those things are really good for you know, getting good complex carbohydrates. And for those that don't know the difference between complex carbohydrates, there's a lot of differences, but I'll just stick to one of the main things that I know that I like to focus on when it comes to understanding both. Complex carbs they don't necessarily raise your insulin levels. They don't I mean, they do, but they don't necessarily spike it. Therefore, when you're eating complex carbs, it takes your body a little bit longer to process. It takes it a little bit longer to digest. And typically, complex carbs also are literally rich in fiber as well. And so it supports lean body mass and dropping your body fat. And when it comes to like simple carb gives you that energy pretty quick. It spikes your insulin. And if you know anything about insulin, if you spike your insulin, it makes it so much harder for you to like continue to burn fat. And so complex carbs are always going to be your best favorite to use. Give us a basic gain weight meal plan with the Herbalife products. When it comes to gaining weight, it's all about eating consistently, eating about 5 to 6 times a day, and bigger meals, obviously. So gaining weight requires, I always tell people like gaining weight to me is a little bit harder than actually losing weight because the amount of food that you got to eat to really put on the size. And I'm not talking about just eating just to pack on size. I'm talking about eating to make sure that you're putting on the right type of size too. Because there's one thing to just eat a bunch of crap and put a whole bunch of fat on your body. Yes, you'll gain weight from that. But a lot of times when people are referring to gaining weight, they're typically talking about putting on some size in terms of muscle and things like that. So if you want to do that the proper way, it's all about eating all the right food groups, so like chicken and beef and ground beef and all of those things are always going to support you. White rice is always going to support you in doing that as well. Do I have any good recipes? No, I'm probably the most bland eater ever in the world. I keep it super simple. You know, I can tell you right now, I barely even use like onions and peppers or anything in my food. Basic workout regimen for dropping body fat. There isn't one. You know, you guys keep asking for these basic things. Honestly, there is no shortcut to anything. Honestly, when it comes to workouts, let me tell you something about workouts, because people tend to like mistake working out for like the ultimate result in the world. Working out is like basically putting your body or exerting your energy, exerting your body to burn more calories or to use the calories that you're burning to also build. So like when it comes to like working out and stuff like that for gaining, you want to use the calories that you're consuming to really push your body to grow. So what I'm saying is, like, you're working out to push your body so that you can grow. You're pumping blood into the muscle so that it can expand, and then you fill the muscle with nutrients so that it can stay solid and grow. That's the way you build, and that's the way it works. But there is no specific workout to build any muscle or anything like that. What do you recommend to help slim down, trying to lose stomach fat? Get started on a program. It's simple as that. There is no simple solution to anything. Get on a program that supports dropping stomach fat. And by the way, let's talk about that for a second. There is no such thing as spot losing either. And I hate to burst your bubble. There is no such thing. Yes, there's some people who are blessed that maybe when they start to lose weight, maybe their midsection is where the weight starts to drop off first. So maybe they internally, their body starts to burn fat from their waist first. But it doesn't typically work like that. You can't really spot train. And for all those things that you may see on Instagram and all over the world, where people posting about slim your waist and put this thing on, look, that shit don't work. Some of it is, most of it is really just temporary, but your body doesn't just say, hey, I just want to lose weight here. You cannot tell, your mind cannot say, hey, body, lose weight here only. It doesn't work that way. What happens is you do the exercises, you do the workouts, you eat accordingly, and what happens is your body slims down all together. And again, like I said, some places may go down a little bit faster than others. However, the areas that you want to maintain in size, because I hear this from girls a lot. Oh, I want to lose my waist, but I don't want to lose my butt and my hips. Look, girlfriend, let me tell you, be honest with you, there's no magic pill. There's no magic sign. There's no magic to this. Like, you do the exercise so you can lose uniformly. And if you want to keep your butt, you work out your butt. That's simple. You build it with muscle, but there is no, hey, I want to keep the fat in my butt, but I want to lose it everywhere else. Nah, it doesn't work. Am I a personal trainer? I am not, and I never claimed to be. I never really got certified. Do I help people when it comes to exercise? Of course I do. Do I know a lot of personal trainers? Big time. I have worked with several personal trainers too. So I'm very well versed in exercising, but I just never really got my certification or anything like that. So the answer is no. However, I help people transform their bodies. I'm more of a transformation specialist. I help with like the nutrition, which again is the 80% of the whole equation. 20% of it is exercise. So I help with the nutrition. I can dial in a program for you that's going to help you lose the weight or gain the muscle or do whatever it is that you're looking for. And then, although I'm not a personal trainer, I do provide workout advice. And a lot of the workouts are things that I've done, things that I put my clients through, things that I put, for my friends, family through. So I'm aware of the workouts, but I do not claim to be a personal trainer because I work much. Sometimes I don't have time because I'm assuming you're saying, how do you make time for the gym? And, one thing I always remind people is like the gym isn't necessarily the only place in the world where you can work out. You can literally work out in your own living room, on your couch, in your bedroom, whatever. You don't have to necessarily have the equipment of the gym. The gym is a luxury. It's not a necessity. So at home, start by doing the push-ups, doing the sit-ups, doing the burpees, doing the crunches, doing the jumping jacks. You're more than capable of getting a really good workout without any of the equipment necessary that's involved with the gym. You can do a lot of body weight stuff. So where there's a will, there's a way. This is 2018 now, and I'm just being 100% honest with you guys. The excuses are gone. You know what I mean? 2017, maybe you made a few excuses, but 2018, we're not going to come in here with the same thing. Just make it happen. You know what I mean? When I first got started, I didn't necessarily have the resources of all the things that I have right now, but I just did what I could with what I had, and I made it work. And then over time, the gym aspect and all these other things started really becoming a little bit more part of my daily routine. But gym isn't necessary, but what you do inside of your home or whatever is up to you, and it's something that you can really just take on. And the nutrition aspect, like I said, we all eat all the time. Just be more responsible with the foods that you choose to eat. Like I said, if you're looking for a program as well, I'm here to support and get you started on a program that I know will work if you work. The biggest thing that I'll tell you that most people fail at is consistency, and I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm probably one of the more consistent people. Am I the most consistent? No, of course not. But I'm probably one of the more consistent people. A lot of you can even see it in my posts. You can see it in who I am. Like, people want these dramatic results and dramatic changes, but aren't willing to put in the work and do the things on a consistent basis to get them there. They'll go to the gym, or they'll go somewhere and they'll do something one time and they're like, oh, I don't see it. Of course you don't see it, because your level of effort and your level of consistency isn't necessarily match up to the goals that you set for yourself. So it's all about consistency. If you want something bad enough, you'll do it. I always tell people, like, if you think about your 9-to-5 job, if anybody's ever worked a 9-to-5 job before, when you think about a 9-to-5 job, you're probably super consistent in your 9-to-5. And what I mean by that is that in a 9-to-5, you wake up probably around the same time every single morning. Monday, let's say Monday through Friday, you wake up at the same time, you shower probably around the same time, you eat at the same time, you do everything at the same time, and you get the same consistent results. You get the same consistent paycheck, you get the same consistent everything. And what happens is, like, people are super consistent in building somebody else's dreams. And then when it comes to themselves, right? Whether it's like, you know, finding time to go to the gym, playing with your kids, whatever goals that you have for yourself, whatever you set, people aren't consistent with it. What they do is start to make excuses for those things. Oh, I'm too tired, so that's why I'm not going to go to the gym. Or I'm too tired, that's why I'm not going to play with my kids. But when you're tired, you go to work. When you're sick, most of the time you're going to try to find a way to go to work. You do the things that's like, you're so consistent with building somebody else's dreams that it's sickening. And when it comes to yourself, then you make excuses. Then you're like, why am I not transforming? Why am I not changing? Because you're super consistent in the areas that maybe you shouldn't be as consistent in. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, I always tell people this, like, the main reason why people are consistent with working for somebody else is because they're attached to it. Why? Because they need to make an income, and income is what runs this world. If you're not making earning wages, or, you know, then you're more than likely are not going to be able to sustain a lifestyle. You're going to, like, go broke, whatever. I get it. But think about it. You're consistent in that. Be consistent in something else that helps you get out of that, or makes you reach the goals that you set for yourself. Work on being consistent with that and stop making excuses for it. And maybe you'll get to where you want to be. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. And I preach it. I can preach this to, like, I don't know, forever. But that's the biggest thing that I notice in people who are successful in what they do and unsuccessful in what they do. It's consistency, and it's that simple. Really, that's it. I know tons of my friends right now that woke up early in the morning, brushed their teeth, they did all these things, and they're at work right now. And I can provide them with an opportunity to change all that. And I say, hey, all you have to do is do these things and just do it consistently. Well, I can't do that. I'm not a consistent person. And I'm like, always got to remind them, you are consistent because you brush your teeth every single morning. You're consistent with that. You wake up around the same time every single morning. You're super consistent with that. You go to work, you drive the same car, you're consistent as hell. You drive in traffic where you're like this and you're waiting for people to move so that you can move forward. You're super consistent with that. But when it comes to yourself, all of a sudden you have excuses. And I just don't pity those people. I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. I'm not gonna be that pity party and be like, oh my God, you can't get whatever it is that you want, blah, 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 and weep with you. No, I'm just gonna tell you the real. I'm like, look, you just don't want it bad enough. You just don't. And that's the reality. So the thing that makes me successful is I'm a thinker and I'm consistent, right? The reason why I have a good physique is not because somebody just handed me a good physique and said, hey, here you go. I'm consistent with the things that I want, and I will put in the work and the time and energy. That's all it is. And I talk to people and I share this information and I inspire people and I tell them, like, this is all you got to do. That's what makes me successful at what I do.